Hey, Brent, yes, there has been an arrest officially. Daniel Lopez, 29 years old, out of East Hartford. He's being held in $1.5 million bond for last night's shooting, fatal shooting on Babcock Street, which is about a mile from here off of Capitol Avenue. And Mr. Lopez is a man police are familiar with. The latest homicide victim in Hartford is 31-year-old Roberto Garcia, who was shot in the chest on Babcock Street.
This was a very personal dispute between two people inside of a car behind a building.
The suspect, Daniel Lopez, who will be arraigned tomorrow, has twice before spent time in prison.
Our officers at this point are taking this very personally, that these things are occurring.
3 homicides in 4 days, bringing the capital city's total to 9 so far this year. 2 of them separate but related shootings on Saturday afternoon. 3-year-old Randall Jones Jr. was killed while sitting in the back seat of his mother's car by a bullet intended for a male front seat passenger. And less than a mile away, 16-year-old Jamari Preston killed behind a home on Magnolia Street.
We do our best out there to prevent shootings.
And last night, a couple of hours before the deadly shooting on Babcock Street, Hartford police scored a couple of wins.
On Edgewood Street, after a motor vehicle stop and after a foot pursuit, recovered a stolen 9mm Ruger firearm from an individual in the North End.
And about 15 minutes before that score, another one in the South End.
Our anti-violence team recovered a .40 caliber handgun on Maple Avenue.
And the gun on Maple Avenue was confiscated from a convicted felon.
In the world of going out and doing what you can and recovering these guns, in that same evening, the officers were out there proactively doing their thing.
And of course, the warmer months are coming, and traditionally in cities, gun violence ticks up in the summer months. We're live here in Hartford. I'm Tony Terzi, Fox 61 News.
Tony,